So today, guys, I'm here to talk about which is more important: fame and status, looks, personality, money. All right. So I want to rank these and I want to talk about these. All right. All right. Without a shadow of doubt, guys, number one would be fame and status or status. All right. Without a shadow of doubt. The reason why, guys, is because if you're famous enough or you got enough status, you could not have none of the others and you still would get laid. All right, guys. So if you famous enough or you popular enough, you could not even be attractive. You could have, and the reason why with fame and status and stuff like this, the reason I'm gonna go with that being number one is because by chance, guys, you still gonna have money. All right. Now you're gonna say, well, I know famous guys. Well, this is what happens, guys, when you hear about famous guys and not having money and shit like this. It's overblown. All right. And what I mean by that is, let's take Mike Tyson, for instance. Mike Tyson right now probably still has $10 million worth of assets. All right. But he'll end up like in $20 million worth of debt because he didn't live within his means or whatever the case may be. And so he couldn't afford to pay his creditors back. All right. So what he'll do is he'll go file bankruptcy. And what you'll watch on the news is you'll be like, oh shit, Mike Tyson is broke. No, hell he ain't. You'll see somebody like Mike Tyson, guys, and he'll have $2 million in the bank, have a $3 million mansion, have $1 million worth of cars, but then he can't pay his creditors back. So when you watch the news, you'll think like just because he's in $10 million worth of debt or $20 million worth of debt, you'll think that he's broke, and he's not broke. What he has done is he's filed bankruptcy protection to protect his assets. And so he's probably paying his creditors some small portion of money. So he's in debt, but he has a nice house, a nice car, money in the bank. He just is in debt. He owes more than what he's worth. All right. So y'all guys need to understand that if you're famous enough, you're still going to have money. All right. You still, maybe you ain't going to be making what you was making in your heyday, but you still have money. Like Michael Jackson, he died broke, but he still was Michael Jackson. He still was worth something. It's just what he wanted to do. He didn't want to sell his catalog. Same with Prince. They didn't want to sell their music catalog, but they still was worth something. So they was in debt, but they still was worth something. So if you're famous, guys, you still gonna always have access to money. All right. Maybe you ain't gonna be balling like you was in your prime, but you ain't gonna see Michael Jackson at no construction yard. All right. If you're famous enough, you still can take your ass to Vegas and make 2-3 million. I think Britney Spears, Mike Tyson, all these guys, they in Vegas right now making millions a year just going out there being a circus act, basically. All right, performing and shit, living off their past fame. People who go to Vegas still go out there and pay to see Britney Spears and Mike Tyson get up there and talk shit, whatever case. Now I don't say Dave Chappelle, but Eddie Griffin. Old comedians that's past their prime, maybe they ain't gonna be making what they was making when they had the big movies and the big TV shows out, but they still gonna make 7 figures a year in Vegas, going out there, guys, performing out there. All right, so just understand that. So if you're famous enough, guys, without even having looks, see Notorious Big, or charm, you still gonna fuck these hoes to sleep. I'm just letting you know right now. You can literally have no game. Leonardo DiCaprio can literally have no fucking game. I don't know if he got game or not, but he literally could have no game and he still a fuck way more bitches than you. All right, guys. So without a shadow of doubt, I would go status number one. All right. If you famous enough, you don't gotta have shit else. You can just be famous, and money gonna come with that, unless you just an idiot. Because if you famous enough, somebody will pay you to endorse their shit. As long as you ain't did no crazy crimes or something like that, somebody will pay you to do something. I'm telling you like that right now. Somebody will pay you to do something. All right, and it'll be a good little bit. All right, more than you gonna make working a 9 to 5. I can tell you that shit right now. So I would go status 1. 2, I would go personality, guys. Now with personality, I put everything: game, charisma, swagger, confidence. All that shit to me is in your personality. All right, the way you walk and talk and all that shit. Swagger is nothing but confidence, guys. All right, and we all know confidence is number one with women. All right, it beats every fucking thing except status. Confidence is number one. All that's gonna go in your personality, guys. All right. So when you interact with women and you going up to them, your swag and your confidence gonna be number one. Now, for you guys that think, oh wait a minute, that's bullshit, man. I know for a fact, man, a rich dude and a good-looking dude gonna beat a man with confidence or charisma. Contraire. Here's the thing, guys. A man with money or a good-looking man might attract more women, all right, might get more numbers and stuff like this, but he won't fuck more women than the guy who got charisma. All right, so let me take it like this: a guy who has money and dress nice and has a nice car, yeah, if he go out and he talk to 100 women, he might gonna get more numbers than the guy who just has charisma. All right, the guy who has charisma and swagger and shit like this. And I'm not talking about being a homeless bum. Let's just say he has a regular 9 to 5 and he dresses decent. I'm not putting none of this shit with just being some guy who's a bum and live home with his mom. I'm talking about a functional fucking human being. All right, let's not get carried away that a homeless bum on the street that got charisma can get more. We ain't gonna get that crazy. Let's just say the guy who has charisma makes 50 grand a year and the guy who has money makes $5 million a year. The guy who makes $5 million a year, just from the way he dressed and his car and jewelry or whatever the case may be, he might get more numbers. I give you that, all right, than the guy who just had charisma. So if the guy who got money go out and he talked to 100 women, he probably might get 50 or 60 numbers. Opposed to the guy who has charisma, but he don't make a whole lot of money, just, 40, 50 grand a year. If he talked to 100 women, maybe he only get 20 numbers. Who knows? All right, he's not gonna get more numbers than the guy who looks like he got money. We all know that. All right, but let's come here. Who you think gonna fuck the most? All right, the guy who has money but doesn't have any game. All right, what's gonna happen is he gonna get jerked around a lot, get tossed around a lot, and he probably only get ass if he's like spending crazy. I'm not even talking about dinner dates. I'm talking about he probably gotta be buying purses, he probably gotta be taking trips and all this and that shit. At that point, guys, he ain't nothing more than a trick. It's one thing, let me get something straight to you guys right now. It's one thing to attract women, with dressing nice and stuff like this, and they know that you own your shit, you own your purpose, and you getting money and shit like that, and you fuck. It's another thing to be tricking all together, and you're sitting this bitch here, and you giving her your credit card to go shopping here. You ain't nothing but a goddamn John. All right, that's two different levels, guys. All right, so yeah, you ain't doing nothing but buying pussy at that point. All right, if dressing nice and having a nice car attracts women and they just want to be around you because they know that you're a good provider, that's one thing. But if you're buying bitches Gucci purses and Hermes bags to get ass, you ain't nothing but a goddamn trick. All right, guys. So, and you won't fuck that much. Hoes will be stringing your ass along, jerking you around and this, that, and other. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll get what they can out you, and right when it's time for you to get the ass, they steal a bill. All right, if you don't have no game. All right, so that's the thing with that, guys. Yeah, having a lot of money and shit like this, you'll get a lot more numbers and shit. Same with looks. If you're a very good looking dude and you jacked and shit like this, but you a fucking cornball, yeah, you go out and get a whole bunch of numbers. But guys, I'm in the business of fucking hoes. I ain't in the business of stacking a whole bunch of a drawer full of numbers. And you get sitting in the house and you got your floor, your closet is full of numbers. Who the fuck care about that shit? I don't give a fuck how many numbers you get. All right, guys. So that's the thing with that. And any good-looking guys on here, they can attest to that. Any guys on here that got a lot of money or good-looking can sit here and can attest in the comments to let guys know that, yeah, if you don't have no game, no swagger, no confidence, and all you got is good looks, all you gonna have is a phone full of numbers. That's it. Won't close shit. Won't close a goddamn thing. All right. All the women just lose attraction. If you good looking with no charisma, what'll happen is you'll go on a whole bunch of dates and can't close none of them. Be wondering like, what the fuck going on? I can get numbers, but I can't fuck none of them. All right, and the same with the guy with the money. He'll get a whole bunch of numbers, this, that, and the other, and maybe girls go out with him 2 or 3 expensive dates, and right when he go to making a move or something like this, they don't want to be left alone with him because they don't want to fuck your corny ass. All right, guys, I'd rather be the guy with charisma that's fucking more of the women that I'm going out with, opposed to being a good-looking guy that can go out and get a whole bunch of goddamn phone numbers but can't fuck shit. All right, or a guy that got a Ferrari can get a whole bunch of numbers, can get a whole bunch of girls who want to ride around with my ass in the goddamn car, but when it's time to goddamn drop them draws, it's always some goddamn bullshit. All right, guys? So that's the thing with that. I would go status 1, charisma or personality 2. 3, I would go with looks, all right, over money. And this goes back to the same thing. The guy with money probably can attract more women than the guy who just have looks. But he won't fuck hardly none of them. All right, guys, you won't hardly close none of the deal. All right, so, and another thing with this, guys, if you're fucking women off of money, ain't nothing wrong with attracting women off of money, but if you're fucking women off money, you're a beta. If you're fucking women off your looks, your charisma, and of course, if you fucking them off status, that's the ultimate alpha male. That's the one that, guys, if y'all want to really know who's the real top 5, 10, it's going to be the rich and famous guys. All right. Those are going to be the ultimate alpha male. Those are going to be the guys that women pursue. All right. From the jump. If you're a good looking guy and you have charisma, women typically still won't pursue you. All right. Every now and then you'll meet a girl with crazy high interest that'll pursue you. But Leonardo DiCaprio don't have to pursue shit. All right, Leonardo DiCaprio, he don't have to DM girls. I'm not saying he don't, but he don't have to. I guarantee you, Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio, and all these type of guys, they probably wake up every day with 1,000 DMs from girls. All right, guys, they the ultimate alpha male. They are the ones that women pursue and chase. I don't give a fuck what the reason is. All right, don't come at me because they're famous. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a fuck why it is. All right, I don't care if because they got pretty eyes. Don't speak to me about the reason. I just know that's the way it is. All right, they the ultimate alpha males because women throw themselves at them. All right, the charisma, the good looking guy, while they might get more choosing signals, women still won't come up and approach them or DM them or stuff like that. They still have to do most of the pursuing. All right, that's the way it is. Now, will they have women that pursue them? Yeah, but not like the status guys. All right, and last is money. And the reason why this one is last to me is because at least the looks guy, he'll have women that if he can just shut up a little bit, even if he don't got no game, if he can just shut the fuck up, he can fuck. All right, if he can just play the quiet game. If you're a good looking guy and you don't have much game, if you just shut the fuck up and spoke a very little, you'll still get the ass. The guy with money, man, if women don't have no attraction to him and he don't have no game, he'll just get jerked around all the time. I'm telling you that shit right now, guys. He'll get jerked around all the fucking time. He'll have a lot of women. You'll see him in a club and he'll be, have his little section and he'll be sitting over there with 10 women like he the fucking man and ain't fucking none of them. All right, guys. So y'all guys need to understand that about guys with money, that if a lot of times they'll attract a lot of women. Money will attract a lot of women, but you don't do no fucking if you don't have no game. All right, I ain't in the. Are y'all in the business of just want to get some fucking numbers, or do y'all want to get some ass? All right, I don't want to get a bunch of ass, a bunch of numbers, and have a bunch of girls that's texting me, talking about some, hey, when we going out to eat again, this, that, and other. I want some girls texting me, hey, when we gonna do some fucking? All right, that's what I'm in the business. I want to do some fucking. So that's the thing with that, guys. All right, so you need to understand that the guy with charisma and game and swag and all that shit, all that comes with confidence, seduction, all that shit, all that comes on the personality, guys. That guy there is going to have a much higher closing rate. And the guy with looks and game, maybe they can get more numbers, but they won't get more ass than the guy who has charisma. All right, and all this is relative. I'm not talking about a guy who lives at home with his mama and don't got shit. I'm talking about being functional, being a functional man. All right, having a fucking job, having your own apartment, and having a car. Maybe it's not a fucking Bugatti, but you got something going for yourself. Of course, you got to have something going for yourself. You can have all the swag and confidence in the world, guys. If you ain't got nothing, you ain't gonna be attractive to nobody. All right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying about the guy with charisma and shit. At least have a fucking job, a car in his own fucking place. All right, and in New York, you don't even need a fucking car. All right, and actuality, being up in New York with a car is actually a liability. It's really a waste of fucking time, all right? Just me, I'm from the South and I'm used to having a fucking car, so it's just the way it is. But if you born up here, you see a lot of these guys, they don't even have cars. They just catch taxis and trains every fucking well. All right, guys, that's my take on it. Put in the comment what you guys think about it. Like the video, comment down below what you guys want to see next. Holla back.